Good morning, guys. In today's session, we are going to discuss about JSON and what is JSON and how JSON will work between the client and server. That's what we are going to discuss today. Right. Before going to see JSON deeply, first of all, let us know how JSON will work and how we are going to use this in our real-time application development. Right. How a client and server will share the data between the network, right? So here my point is, if you can see, exchanging the data between client and server or browser and server, generally where script will be executed in a browser only. A client is nothing but browser, guys. Here, don't worry. So exchanging data between a browser and a server. First of all, let us know why, sir, exactly this JSON is for, what it will do for us, right? Just we are going to check it, guys, how this is going to work and all, right? So the word, you can see the word, what is the sentence I mentioned on the screen? Exchanging data between, I want to transfer the data from one location to another location. I want to exchange the data from one location to another location. The one location is nothing but our browser, and one location is nothing but our server. How this data will exchange and each other, and we'll let us check it, guys, right? To demonstrate this, I need to explain you one small example here. What is that example? For example, guys, so you guys know Hindi, so I know Telugu, so this is Telugu, right? Right, all of you consider this. You guys all know Hindi, I know only Telugu. So if I know Telugu language, I need to say the sessions in Telugu, right? So definitely, if I say Telugu, will you able to understand? Because you guys are know Hindi only, right? You don't know Telugu. You know only Hindi. I know only Telugu. I don't know about Hindi also. But how we together communicate each other, right? So we are all, oh, you guys don't know Telugu and I don't know Hindi, but you are from Hindi, I am from Telugu. How we are going to communicate each other, guys, right? If you want to communicate each other, what are you going to do and how we are going to communicate? There's a question, guys, here. So I just want to tell you, the communication between you and me should happen via English, yes or not? Why I need to say in English? Even though whatever the language you are, Telugu, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, whatever it may be, if I say the session in English, everybody will understand. Some of the people may be Hindi, some of the people may be Telugu, some of the people may be Malayalam, whatever it may be. Now if I discuss the session, right, definitely everybody will understand if I discuss the session in English. Why? English is a global language here, everybody can understand. In the same manner, guys, if you understand this, I just want to tell you one small situation here. Remember, PHP is one programming language. PHP is one programming language. As well as here, I have some other programming language, guys, that is nothing but Java. Java is some other programming language. So this programming language can understand this programming language by default. No, guys. See, for example, we have to create an array. The syntax of creating an array in PHP is different. The syntax of creating an array in Java is different. In JavaScript also, we know, right, how we are going to create an array. Or else you can take this as a JavaScript, right? You can take it as a JavaScript, guys. Let me consider this as a JavaScript. And this is JavaScript. And this is PHP. And PHP is a different programming language. It is a server-side programming. And this is a client-side programming. Nothing but your JavaScript is client-side, right? How these two people communicate each other. For example, guys, I just want to tell you here in PHP, we will create an array like this, arr equal to array of something. This is the way of creating an array, 10, 20, 30, 40. This is array PHP. Now, I want to create an array here, the same array. So by using JavaScript, how we can create an array? By using var arr equal to, we have something called 10 comma 20 comma and 30. So some sorry, what happened here? So 10 comma 20 comma 30. This is the way of creating an array in our JavaScript. This is the way of creating an array in PHP. Both are arrays only, both are having the same data. But can I send the PHP data to JavaScript directly? Will JavaScript understand what are you are sending an array, but will JavaScript will understand? No, it won't understand, because the syntax of JavaScript is different. The syntax of see, PHP wants to understand an array. You have to send a PHP array. PHP array will understand PHP. I mean, Telugu people can speak in Telugu. They can understand. right? Telugu people can speak in Hindi because they don't know Hindi, right? It is impossible, right? In the same manner, here also communication should be proper. And here, how these two people communicate, these are the two arrays. One is JavaScript array, one is PHP array. How these people will communicate each other, remember guys, in the middle we have a concept called JSON. So what are you feeling here? In the English is nothing but the mediator between the two languages, right? In the same manner, JSON is a platform between the multiple programming languages, guys. See, remember everybody always, whatever the programming language you have, right? Java, .NET, Python, Ruby, whatever it may be. If you want to send some data from one location to another location, from nothing but one language to another programming language, the data should be converted into JSON format. JSON is a universal format here. Everybody can understand the JSON format. How everybody will understand English in the same manner, JSON is also, guys. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. It's simply a string. Everybody will understand the strings, right? Whatever the programming language you have, strings are always declared by using either single quote and double quote, right? So string data can understandable by everybody, every programming language. So remember carefully, if JavaScript wants to send some data to PHP, or PHP wants some data to JavaScript, we have to convert the data into JSON format. Otherwise, without using JSON, if you are sending data to JavaScript, JavaScript won't understand what are you sending. Or else, if JavaScript is sending some data to PHP and PHP does not understand what you are sending, guys. So if you are sending the data in the form of JSON format, everybody will understand easily, right? Whatever the data you have, first the data should be converted into JSON format and transfer the other programming language. They will understand easily, guys. So if you understand Hindi, Telugu people how communicate each other in the way of English. English is nothing but a link language here. How PHP is a different program and JavaScript is a different program. Nothing but JavaScript is a different language and PHP is a different language. How these guys are communicating each other in the form of JavaScript. Not only JavaScript, guys. If anybody wants to communicate with JavaScript, right? Not only this, you can go with Java, you can go with .NET, you can go with Python. Whoever wants to communicate with JavaScript, first of all, their data should be in the JSON format. Java wants to communicate with JavaScript, this data should be communicated into JSON format and then it has to send to JavaScript. Even though the JavaScript want to send data with the Python, .NET, Ruby and all, so JSON, it has to be in the JSON format. You have to send it to those things, guys. So then only they will understand. So this is the purpose. So generally, here we will use one word called web service. Do you heard about this called web service? You may heard about this called web services. This is one word we are hearing here. What is a web service, guys? So remember, web service is not any programming language. Web service is nothing but the process of sending data from one location to another location. That is nothing but a service, right? So I want to send some data from JavaScript to PHP, from JavaScript to Python. So that is called web service. Sending data from one location to another location is nothing but web service. So while sending the data, we have to send the data in an understandable manner. That's the reason we are using the concept called JSON. Who will carry the data from one location to another location? That's we will see in later. Don't bother about it, right? How we have to transfer the data? That's the question. In the understandable manner, that understandable manner is nothing but our JSON format, guys. Everybody should know the JSON format, right? So what is this JSON format? How the JSON format will work and all we are going to see now, guys. Here, check it carefully. This is JSON. If you can see the points here, exchanging data between browser and server. Okay, that's what we've seen. What is the meaning of exchanging data? Browser, right, and server is a different and browser is a different, right? What browser can do? Browser can execute HTML, JavaScript, nothing but client-side programming languages are executed by the browser. What is server, guys? PHP, Java, .NET, Python are called server-side programming languages because they are executed by the server. So how the server environment will communicate with the browser environment? By exchanging the data. There is a beauty in the form of JSON format, guys. What is the purpose of JSON? Exchanging the data between the different platforms. How we can exchange, how we can transfer the data from one location to another location. This is what exactly the JSON is. Now the next point is here. JSON data should be text only, nothing but text format. What is this, guys? I already told you JSON is nothing but a JavaScript object notation, nothing but it is a string format. Everything should be like a string. It should be nothing but a plain text. Hi, hello, how are you, welcome, right? These are plain text, right? It should be like this, guys, plain text. See, hello, how are you, how, all are strings only. The same way JavaScript also contain, Java also contain, .NET also contain. There are the string format, right? Right. There is nothing but we can convert JSON data into JavaScript object. JavaScript objects can be converted into JSON. What is this, sir? Generally, we guys all know how JavaScript objects will be there, right? So can we see JavaScript objects? All of you know, I think so, where obj equal to JavaScript objects are created in the curly bracket. Can you see? This is a JavaScript object. Whatever the object I have, I can convert this object into JSON format. Or if you have any JSON string, that I can convert it into JavaScript object also, guys, right? So JavaScript object will be created like this. We already seen in the starting sessions, right? So name, something called ROM. Key, all about key and value pair, guys. Here key could be nothing to keep anything in single quote and double quote, but value should be either in single quote or double quote, guys, right? So key is nothing but this is, and city, let us have some key called city. Let us have something called HYD, right? So let us have some more key called state and something called TS, something like I'm taking this is, guys, right? Yeah. So this is what exactly an object in JavaScript. What the point is saying here, we can JavaScript objects can be converted into JSON. The fourth point, if you can see, what is the point? It is saying that JavaScript object can be converted into JSON. This is JavaScript object. So shall we convert this into JSON? Yes, it is possible, guys. And the third point is here, if you can see, we can convert JSON data into JavaScript objects. See, remember carefully. When the people are sending some data, for example, you want to send some data to Java, .NET, Python, then you have to convert the data into JSON format. Now, what is the data you have? JavaScript object you have. That JavaScript object should be converted into JSON. Then only it will be transferable, guys. Then only it will be transferable to Java, .NET, Python. First of all, remember, guys, what is the point I'm saying you? You have some data in JavaScript. The data may be an array. The data may be an object. So how we can hold the data in JavaScript? In the form of an array, in the form of an object, nothing but a collection of data. If it is a single data, just we can go with a variable. When you are having huge amount of data, that is either in an array or in an object. So I want to send JavaScript array to PHP Java. So can I send directly? Impossible, guys. Remember carefully, whatever the data you have in the either array format or object format, first you have to convert the data into JSON format. Then only the data is ready to send to server, guys. Okay, now server is processing some requests. Server wants to send some data to you. Nothing but you are a JavaScript developer, right? Server is sending some data to JavaScript. Now what server needs to do? Server also contain an array or object of records. Server needs to convert the data into JSON format, and the JSON format should be transferred to JavaScript. Now JavaScript is collecting the JSON data. Na? That JSON data should be converted into JavaScript object. Then only JavaScript can able to access it, right? Yes, guys, this is exactly the JSON, guys. Right? JSON abbreviation is nothing but JavaScript object notation. That's what we written at the end of it, guys. Only one thing, keep it in mind: exchanging data. In the sense, you have to remember one thing: how we can exchange the data between the client and server. Nothing but how we can speak together Hindi and Telugu. Just you can understand, English is the mediator between the English and Telugu. Here Java and PHP, who is the mediator between these guys? JSON is a mediator between the Java and PHP language. Not only Java, one technology wants to communicate with multiple. For example, we have Facebook web application is there, right? So we already know Facebook web application is there, as well as 1 minute. Let us go and check the fb.com. This is Facebook. Facebook web application is there, as well as one more thing, guys. Check it carefully. We have Facebook. For Facebook, we have mobile application as well as Android application. Nothing but Android application and iOS applications are there for Facebook, right? Remember carefully. So Android is a different programming language. iOS is a different programming language. Facebook web application is also a different programming language. Yes or not? Facebook was created in PHP programming language. iOS and Android are different programming language. For example, you guys are sending a friend request to me via mobile, right? If you guys are sending a friend request to me via mobile, then what I need to do, guys, here? Remember carefully, guys, if you're sending a friend request to mobile device, can I accept the request by using the browser? Definitely, I can accept your request by using the browser. Seriously, guys, remember carefully. I can accept your request by using the browser. No doubt in it, guys. Definitely, I can access it. Right. So, or else you can send a request to iOS. I can accept through browser, because remember carefully, Android programming language is different and PHP programming language is different. How these two are communicating each other in the terms of JSON data, guys. How the data is exchanging here in the form of JSON format. That's what the exact thing is here. The slides are saying that whatever the data the PHP Java .NET having, if they want to send data to you, first of all, it has to be converted into JSON. So Hindi people wants to talk with you, you're a Telugu or Hindi, whatever it may be. If they want to talk with you, first of all, the Hindi data should be converted into English. That English should be transferred to the Telugu people. And Telugu people wants to talk with you. The Telugu language should be converted into English and it has to transfer to the Hindi people, guys. The same manner how Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Ruby, and Node.js or AngularJS, whatever it may be, guys, how they are exchanging the data in the form of JSON. This is what exactly the JSON purpose and the use of JSON, guys. So earlier, in place of JSON, we have XML, guys. I think so. Some people may know XML also, right? So this XML is very hard. Like it's like a collection of elements, guys. Here also we can create our own elements. It's like a node structure. XML document object model is also there, guys. Like we have HTML document object model is there. For XML also we have document object model. We have to use those methods to read the XML file data. It is going to be very tough to us. That's the reason people are introducing the concept called JSON. JSON is a very simple and very plain data, and we can exchange the data between the client and server. In the same manner, we can also use XML also to exchange the data between the client and server. So, but XML may be bit difficult to understand, bit difficult to create the XML format. There is a reason we have a concept called JSON format. Right. Now let us see how the JSON format will look like. So this is what we want to see now. What is the JSON format? How this is going to look like? Can you see? This is the JSON syntax rules, guys. How to create a JSON data and how we can assign the data to the JSON. Can you see the JSON? JSON is a combination of key value pair combination. Okay, there's a key value pair, and each pair separated by comma, curly braces are used to create an object, and square brackets are used to denote arrays, guys. Can you see the syntax of JSON, guys? Here I written key value comma key value name go PHP and location Hyderabad. Here keys must be strings. Can you see the point, last point, guys? Here keys must be strings in double quotes. In double quotes, remember, guys, carefully. Now we already know how we can create JavaScript object, right? This is how we can create JavaScript object now, guys. All of you check it. This is called JavaScript object. Now I'm going to create a JSON string, guys, where str equal to some string you can take. This is also having curly bracket. JSON object. This is objects are kept into curly brackets. We know already this is JavaScript object, right? We know. So key value pair. Do you observe the key? Key is name and value is rom, but key is not in double quotes, carefully. But in the slide, what I am saying here, the key of the JSON object should be in double quotes, right? Remember carefully. I want to create a JSON string, so you guys need to observe the difference here. What is the difference exactly? I want to write something called name equal to rom, not equal to colon. Do you observe the difference? What is the difference you observe here? The only difference above is what is the below is, guys. Check it carefully. What exactly that is and this is, right? This is what TS I'm taking. Do you observe what is this and what is this, guys? Remember carefully. This is a JavaScript object, guys. This is pure JavaScript object. What is this? Is JavaScript object. This is right. What is the below one, guys? This is a JSON string. This is a JSON string, nothing but JSON object, right? JSON in the form of JSON. So what is the difference we observed here? This is what exactly JavaScript is, right? JavaScript object is a key and value pair combination. This is also key and value pair combination, but each key and value should be in either double quote or single quote. I mean, I think so. JSON string will be always in double quotes, guys, here. So try to use some double quotes here. Yes, double quote and double quote. Value may be in either double quote or single quote, no problem. So or else, for example, if you want to, you can take pin code also. For example, I want to use pin code 5 lakhs 38, something I'm giving here. Sorry. I want to use something called pin code. Pin code is a number, right? If it is a number, just we can go something like this, guys. This is enough. That's enough. Even if you want, you can keep in double code or single code also, no problem. But if it is a number, na, so number maybe in either single code or simply you can left it, no problem, guys. This is what exactly I written. So what is this below? Below is a JSON string and above is the JavaScript object. Nothing but if you want to send this object, for example, this is JavaScript object now. If you want to send this JavaScript object to PHP, can I send this directly? Impossible, guys. You cannot send this object directly to .NET, PHP, Python. We cannot send it. First of all, if you want to send this object should be converted into JSON string, right? We have the slide, guys. Can you see what is the slide I written here? We can one slide point. Can you see the third point here? We can convert JSON data into JavaScript object. JavaScript objects can be converted into JSON, guys. Can you see what exactly the point is? The beauty of point is here. For example, I have some data here. What is the data you have there? You have some JavaScript object. So can I convert this JavaScript object into JSON format? Yes, we can convert. Now I have a JSON string. This is JSON string. This JSON string, can I convert into JavaScript object? Yes, it is possible, guys, right? So remember carefully, JS object to, I can convert it into JSON string. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, guys. I can convert it into JS object to JSON. It is possible. Now, what is the thing here we're having? We are having something called JSON. Can I convert this into JavaScript object? Yes, easily we can convert it into JavaScript object, guys. To do this operation, JSON is providing some predefined methods, guys, how we can convert JSON data into object and how we can convert object data into JSON. So let us go with some of the methods are there, guys. In this, the methods are nothing but, so okay, guys, this slide you can observe just the differentiation between the JSON and JavaScript, guys. The same I given here where str equal to, can you see how the left side JSON object is looking like, how the right hand side JavaScript object is looking like? The only difference you are observing, I think so, the double quotes for the keys. So JSON string contain keys and values. Here the keys are containing double quotes, whereas in object, JavaScript object, we don't have any keys and value. I mean, any double quotes for the keys, guys. That is what JavaScript. So, and one more thing, JSON files are created with an extension called .json. Okay, later we will see when we want to work with a huge amount of data, we have to store the data into a JSON file. That file extension should be .json. Right now we don't have any server environment. Anyhow, we need to read the data from a file. That I will use the JSON file when I'm working with Ajax or when I'm working with some other application. I will use the JSON file. In the JSON file, I will keep some static data. I will just show you how can we read the JSON data and how can we decode it. How can we decode the JSON data? Nothing but JSON is a string format that we need to be converted into JavaScript object. That's what we will see in the next session. Now we are going to see the methods available, guys. Can you see we have two methods? What are the two methods we have? One is JSON parse and one more is JSON.stringify. What is parse method will do? What is stringify method will do? These are all the JSON, guys. We have to use as it is JSON.parse. You have to use exactly the same. JSON is in capital letters. .parse should be in the small letters. JSON.stringify is also the same, guys. So what is the parse method is doing? Can you see the definition? By using this method, we can convert JSON data into JavaScript object. For example, you have JSON data. That JSON data, I want to convert it into JavaScript object. Remember carefully, PHP, Java, .NET, they are sending some data to JavaScript. How they will send the data to you? In the form of JSON format. If they send the data in the JSON format, you have to convert this. How we can convert this, guys? By using JSON parse. What the parse method will do? Parse method will convert the JSON data into JavaScript object. In the same manner, JSON.stringify. Now, a user fill the form in our application, guys, JavaScript application. Remember, all right. Let us assume a user fills the registration form. He entered his first name, last name, city, country, everything he entered. So on submit the button, I have to send the data to server. Yes or not, right? JavaScript can insert the data into database directly. No, JavaScript can do this job. Who will do this job? Server. Whatever the data you have in JavaScript, you are getting the data. That data I want to transfer to Java. I want to transfer to PHP. I want to transfer to .NET. whatever the language, I don't know what is the backend you are using, the guys are using. Just I want to send this data to server. In this situation, whatever the data you entered in the form, you will submit the form, you will get the data in the form of an array or object. So can I send this array or object directly to Java? It is impossible, guys. First of all, whatever the data you are getting, the data should be converted into JSON. After converting the data into JSON string, then only you can able to send the data to server. This is now exchanging data. When we are having some data, how we can encode, how we can decode, this is what exactly the concept is, guys. JSON, right? So what JSON will do? JSON will convert a string or object into a readable format of every programming language. Java wants to read your data, .NET wants to read your data, and Python wants to read your data. Android, iOS wants to read your data, whatever it may be. First of all, the data should be converted into JSON format. Why? Exchanging. So you want to share some data to Java, or Java want to share some data to you, but the data should be exchanged in the form of JSON format. This is exactly the JSON duty and all, guys. Exactly, these are the methods. How these methods are going to work and all, we need to check it, guys. Okay, now, right? So let us do with some small examples so that you will understand exactly how the data will be. And later in the Ajax sessions also, I will use the same JSON concept, guys. How we can send data to server, how server will receive your data, how they will encode and decode the data and all, we will see in Ajax sessions also, guys. Exactly what JSON is, this is JSON. And let me discuss some of the examples also with the JSON, guys. Let us go and discuss some examples for JSON. Right, let us create a new file. So let us save the file in our working directory, 10amjs. json1.html, right? So let us remove the unnecessary stuff from this file. Right, guys. Okay, guys, a template is ready for us, and let us and create a JavaScript object. This is what the JavaScript object, guys. Don't bother, guys. Later I will explain you very clearly with some realistic examples so that you will understand very clearly. Okay, now, so right, just you can see how now I'm not using any exchanging data application here. Just I will show you what is object, how we can convert that into JSON. What is JSON? How we can convert it into JavaScript object. In the later Ajax session, I will show you very clearly how the data will exchange between the client and server. We don't know Ajax, right? That's the reason. So later Ajax I will discuss, and we will see there how this is going to be exchanged here. Right. Now, this is JavaScript object. We know console.log. Let me check it in the console.log. Let us go with obj. Right, guys. I'm just printing the thing, and let us go and refresh the page. And refresh and check the page, and you can check in the console, and let us see what it is going to display. Can you see it is going to print an object now? Right, you are able to see this is object. What this object contain? Key value, key value, key value. So key is something. For example, I want to access the city. How can we access the city, guys? Obj dot the key name. What is the key name? City dot city. This is a way of accessing your object values, right? We know. Now I will get the city Hyderabad. You want to get the state also, then you can go with something called state. We've seen this already in the starting of the sessions, objects. So in the JavaScript, right? So right. This is how we can able to access, and this is the object, guys. Here done. Now I want to convert this. First of all, one more doubt for me here. I want to check let me check the type of it. What is the type of this variable exactly? So I want to check the type of is object or not. Just now we seen, but confirmation, let me use the type of keyword. This type of keyword will tell us what type of the variable is. Type of is object. Right, guys? All of you check it carefully. Now I want to convert this object into JSON string. Right, how can we convert this into JSON string, guys? What is the method we have there? Can you check the method? And what is the method we have? How can we convert object into JSON, guys? What is this, guys? I have here. So so by using the JSON.parse method, we can convert JSON data into JavaScript object. But we don't have JSON data there, but we have object. How can we convert object into JSON? By using JSON.stringify is the method. So now I have a JavaScript object. This JavaScript object should be converted into JSON, right? So to do this, we have to use something called JSON.stringify is the method. STRIN stringify fi, correct? I don't think. Let me check the method. JSON.stringify stringify. Maybe the method, guys, stringify, right? So pass the variable inside of it, obj. Just I am passing the variable here, guys. Check it carefully. Now what is going to happen? What is this, guys? Here obj is the JavaScript object. Now what is going to happen in this situation where, let us take this str. Before this, let me check the type of. I removed this earlier, so I want to check this type of obj. See the type of, guys, what is the type of this and what is this and all. Let me check this. Let us go and run the file. And can you see the type of? Type of is object. We already seen, right? Now let me go to the file, and after this I want to check the type of, right? You can come down, you can check the type of, you can take it into obj also, no problem. Same variable also you can take. Now the type of obj, what happened in this situation? First of all, you are converting that object into JSON string. Then what is the type of it? Can you see the type of is going to be string? It was converted into a JSON string. Now I want to print it. Just let me print this. So if I print this, what it could be? Can you see the structure of our object, guys? Name, value, name, value, name, value. This is the structure. Now I'm printing it. Can you see? Can you see, guys? The name key contain double quotes, but when I'm defining this object, the name is having any double quote or single quote, does not contain the key of object, does not contain any single quote and double quote. But after converting that string in, after converting the object into JSON format, now the key and value pair, can you see how the key and value pair? Name equal to value, name, value, name, value. Every name of the pair is containing double quotes, guys. That's this is saying that the string, that the object was converted into JSON string, guys. Is done. In the same manner, okay, this is what converting the data. Now this data is available to send to java.net, right? Now this obj, what is this obj? Actually here the obj is JavaScript object. Now the JavaScript object was converted into JSON object. This is nothing but your JSON object. Now this JSON object, I can easily send it to this object. Now you have to send it to either Java people, .NET people, Python people, to anyone, whoever they want. Yes, you can send the data to those people, guys, right? This is what exactly the thing is here. Now the next thing is here, we have JSON string. How we can convert the JSON string into an object? For example, let us take a string, guys. This is what JSON string. Okay, let me copy this JSON string. This is JSON string, and let us get the JSON string here. So let us assume we got a JSON string from Java.NET Python. Java people send this data to you. How they send the data to you? In the form of JSON. So how JavaScript can read this, guys? JavaScript needs to convert into JavaScript object, right? Then let us create a file where obj equal to json.parse is a method, parse. Parse is a method. To this parse method, I have to use dollar. Simply you can pass str, guys. So then what is going to happen, guys? This will be converted into object. Now console.log, you can just check it. So you can write obj. What is this obj, guys? This str, this is actually a string format. The string format will be converted into JavaScript object. Can you see the structure? Name, value was in double quotes, guys. Now I just want to refresh the page. Can you see some error is there? json.position.parse. What is the problem here? 1 minute. Let me pause this directly to this json.parse method. Maybe I don't know what is the problem here, right? 1 minute. So let us check the same and let us refresh it, and you can see, guys, how this is. What is this, guys? Name. But do you see what is this here? Name and value are having in double quotes. They are in double quotes, right? City and Hyderabad are in double quotes. But do you see the keys does not contain any double quotes, guys? Now what is going to happen? The JSON string was converted into JavaScript object. Now earlier this was a string. Now it was converted into object. If anybody sends data to you, how we can convert the data? by using JSON.parse. Anybody means Java.NET people will send the data to you in the form of JSON format. If the data is in the JSON format, how we can convert the data into JSON format? By using JSON.parse method. So the JSON data needs to be converted into JavaScript understandable manner. That is nothing but object. So that's the reason we are using a method called JSON.parse method. By using this method, we can convert the data, right? By using parse method, guys, right? This is how the data will be converted from JSON to object and object to JSON. Okay, now in the next session we are going to discuss about Ajax. In this Ajax session we will see how we are going to exchange the data from server to client. So from client to server, we will see a practical example how the data exchanging between client and server. This we will see in next session, guys. Thank you all.